when you break up with your girl after 3 weeks not speaking to you, break up with your girl, she's at the gym already with a whole other man. Are angry, are miserable.
People always seem surprised when the girl moves on quick. It's because fella was never new. You just never knew. Stay woke in the streets like big brother.
Once upon a time in New York, you could walk past a group of guys. A couple of them will lock in on you. One of them will decide, oh no, I'm going for it. Start walking with you 10 blocks, talking to you, trying to get to know you, trying to get your phone number or your social media accounts. He would commit to the bit, like, no, I'm walking with you. Wherever you going, I'm going with you because I want that number. I want that information. I'm trying to get with you, for real. Like, they would commit. They would yearn. You'll be walking down the street, a man see you in his car, he start following you in the car. And it wasn't even creepy. It was like low-key romantic because he really wanted to run down on you so bad. He was willing to take a detour from the way he was going to now go where you're going because he want to talk to you because you look that good. I don't know what happened. I don't know why the men in New York stopped doing these things. A man in New York used to talk to you while you was pregnant. He didn't even care if your baby had a dad. He didn't care. You look good. Don't care. I'll take care of that baby. Like, they used to be on that. I'm not sure what happened, but I miss the real New Yorkers. The real niggas that used to really run down. It's not the same. It's so sad right now. Dating pool is full of piss and pride.
Women like to be pursued. Men, I think, like to feel like they're earning a woman.
Women like to be pursued?
Yeah.
I think that a lot of that comes from insecurity. Not you particularly, but I think that women like that idea of being pursued. You're just going to get a silent predator if you continue pursuing that.
No, I think women, they like consistency and they like knowing that the man wants them.
Of course, to desire a woman and to pursue a woman are two very different things.
What is pursuing in your words?
Well, for example, in a lot of ways, you go on a date with a girl. Who's supposed to hit up who? Persistency, women typically think is desire. It's not desire. Desire is inviting somebody to be in your life. Now, there's also a certain point where he goes, hey, I'd like to see you tomorrow. And if there's an insecurity that a girl has and she goes, well, that's not enough. I want him to chase me.
Yeah, and I think that's playing games and I don't promote that.
Mm-hmm.
Once a man is able to tally up the cost of losing his house, losing my pension or my 401k, whatever it is, losing access to that, losing access to stuff that you don't even need to have your hands on. That's when a man says, you know what, maybe a relationship isn't really for me. Maybe I ought to back off and go a different direction. Oh, well, you got to take the leap. I don't, actually. And I'm not.
There's a lot of women that are saying, they want the provider man, but they don't want to do anything. They don't want to cook. They don't want to clean. Girl, you're going to have to do something. Like, you can't just sit at home and be a slob. That's not ladylike anyways. Girl, get up. Either go clock in on somebody's clock or clock in on them dishes. The choice is yours.
I think it's funny because modern women, they want a man to lead, but then they don't want him to lead. Like, they want him to provide, but don't be the sole provider. You know what I mean? Like, it gets real confusing because you're never really ever sure exactly what they want. And so if men have to continue to try to guess what you want, how is that appealing? You could be out here giving somebody your money and they'd be like, so what is it that you actually want? I would love to do business with you, but what is it that you're actually looking for? And I think that's what most men struggle with. They don't actually know what a woman wants. These modern women. It used to be that you can get a read on what they're looking for, but nowadays it's a little bit more.
Guys, I want to know when men stopped offering to carry women's suitcases. What the actual heck? I was on the tube the other day with 2 suitcases and a handbag. Not one man offered to carry my suitcase. Not even one of my suitcases. I was at London Bridge, up and down those stairs. I was like, I'm struggling out here. I'm just a girl. When did this stop being a thing? When did we decide that chivalry isn't worth partaking in? I really want to bring it back. How can we bring it back?
One thing modern women really don't want to admit is that, they say a lot of times that men are fumbling them, men are missing good opportunities, and in some situations, that's probably right. But when are we going to start to talk about the opportunities that you guys are missing? When are we going to start to talk about, let's not go back and forth saying, well, a man did this and a man did that. Let's not do that. What did I do? How was I the problem in the relationship? How come he stopped responding like he did in the beginning? Was I putting the energy in that I should have? If you're really honest with yourself, maybe you did some things right, but then maybe you also did some things wrong. And that's where modern women stop. They'll talk for months on end with their friends, family, past, whoever will listen about the things that they did right. But they're not going to touch the things that they did wrong. They're not going to be accountable for the stuff that they did in the relationship that made it go sideways.
Calling you to say goodnight, bare minimum. Calling you pretty, bare minimum. Taking you on dates, bare minimum. Getting you flowers, bare minimum.
Not being ran through, bare minimum. Not having any children, bare minimum. Dating someone for who they are and not what they have, bare minimum. Not having your ass out everywhere on social media, bare minimum.
You have a lot of men out here choosing peace, really, honestly and truly. It doesn't matter if a man is in a relationship or a man is, currently pursuing a relationship, or a man doesn't have a relationship at all. It doesn't matter, right? Men have come to the point to where, I'm tired. I'm frustrated. There's no reason for me to continue feeling like this every day. I should not have to come home from work. And it's gotten to the point to where it's not even me coming home from work. I could be at work. And even it's gone beyond me being at work. I start my day with foolishness. You help me to start my day with foolishness. Men are tired of that. I start my day with foolishness. From the night before, you had something silly going on. I get up in the morning, you still have foolishness going on. I'm at work in the middle of the day, you still got foolishness going on. At the end of the day, I come home when I should be eating dinner, watching the game, still got foolishness going on. At all points and parts during the day, you've got foolishness going on. Why in the world would I want to be around that? Y'all don't care about it because you like keeping up mess. You like drama. You like to be the center of attention. Modern women, I'll take drama. I'll take this attention, this validation, however I can get it. But men are not that way. A lot of men are not that way. They don't like that type of stuff. But you're going to keep on doing that. And you're going to wonder why a man is like, you know what? I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to be a part of this nonsense. I'm just going to stay single. I'm not going to be part of this. I don't have to do this. You're wondering why. You're going to be asking where the men are. Staying far away from.
Okay, so everyone in the comments is mad at this man, but I've watched this like 5 times and I still don't see what he did wrong. So let's watch it back in slow-mo while I read some of the comments. He pushed her, may this love never find me. What? He was literally grabbing her by the shoulders to try to stabilize her. He never pushed her. Run away, girl. What makes you think that she can run away from a man? She can't even outrun the tiniest current of water. Genuinely, what was he he supposed to do? Make the water freeze? I genuinely don't even know what everyone is freaking out about. Are they not both to blame? Like, did they not both go right up to the tip of the beach holding power banks and purses fully clothed? What is this, their first experience with planet Earth? Is this their first time seeing an ocean? And even if it is your first experience with an ocean, I'm sorry, common sense, hello? Like, I'm not gonna drag the man here. I'm dragging everyone, which is easy to do apparently. The tiniest little wave in the world could do it. This is dumb and dumber, and dumbest being the entire comment section. This couple, 0. Another point to Darwinism.
And once again, men are starting to look specifically, because, you know, before they was letting it go. They saw it, but they was letting it go. And now I'm looking specifically. Once again, we have to go back to drizzle. I'm looking specifically for who's putting in effort. Is the effort one-sided? Am I receiving some sort of reciprocity? Is the reciprocity up to par? Because you can't just buy me a Snickers bar and I didn't just bought you a 48-ounce tomahawk steak. We're not going to do that. Well, you did that out of the kindness of your heart. Right. And now you see how kind I am. Maybe you need to expand your kindness. Modern women don't want to do that. I want to give you these little beat up shoes that I found at Goodwill or Salvation Army that got dingy, dirty, and all that stuff. And you know, you can find some good stuff at Goodwill. You can find some good stuff. But the stuff that you be getting the man, it seemed like you done went dumpster diving. Oh, well, I found this on the side of the street. I thought of you. Girl, you stupid. Shut up, talk.